I want to tell something why I'm in the translation from English in German, and then I found always this you and the real you, and then I was always thinking, how I can the best way this translation, and then Duane was mir nochmal wonderful explaining and telling me, but the real you is really like we was before saying soul, but soul is always looking to religion and God, and so we say the real you. And maybe Duane can nochmal tell a little bit this nochmal, how he was telling this to me. I mean, you can nochmal tell us for the group better than me.
Not necessarily. How do you see it, Eva? See, Eva, as she's translating the books, and it's been several years now, she's done 2. The first one was book 8, Blue Sky Island, because she did that for a friend of hers. And then I asked her to do 6. She did 6, and now she's almost done with book 2. And this has taken over 2 years. And Eva does this every day. Eva's very focused, and she learns more and more. And so, and then as people are translating the books into their language, I tell them that, however it is you see it there, you read what I've written, and then you translate it according to how you see it from where you are. And like Sam did, when he translated a couple of the books in Farsi. It's how you see it from there. And so I explain certain things to Eva, but it's how she sees it, because she's relating to the German people, you see? And they have their own way about them. Everybody has their own unique way about them. And the basic idea here is that we simply provide, references that refer to the true reality life is. And it seems confusing, and it is, because we have this personal self to figure out and bring it into our literal part. We use every part. And so I did a group a few days ago, Soul or Your Real Awareness, because the soul idea has been around a long time. And they use that soul idea to control people with. And when Paul brought out to his teachings, he said, you are soul. Okay, so again, that's a step, but that's not quite it. Because again, Paul was the babysitter, baby people. That's why he had the membership. When you have memberships, you're basically babying people. You're basically telling people what to do, unless it's specified otherwise. But that's the whole idea. In other words, the master will take care of you, and you just, you do your little sessions and etc. But there's really a lot more to it than that. There really, really is. And so again, we keep that personal life first. So the soul idea has been around for a long time. You have a soul, but nobody really knows. And a lot of people, because they do have astral projection experiences, they'll all of a sudden project in their astral body, or they'll see someone else in their astral body. Like the movie The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. That's a good one to see. These are good documentaries and examples. And many people think, well, that's my soul, the astral body. So they relate to that because it has feelings. People don't want to, better understand their feelings. They just want to constantly feel things, which is understandable because this is how we were raised. But when you look at the sun shining, is there something more real than our 5 bodies? Yes, it is. And so it's a very good demonstration for us. That's always there, but do we take advantage of it? And for the most part, I went through the membership thing too. And those were my boot camp days, etc. I needed all that to see what not to do. And I saw and learned that, first of all, I recognized that people did not understand what their intent is. Not at all. And this intent is the real you. but you decide how to, you might say, bring it to the surface to where you can better recognize it. And so aside from soul, because when you say, well, you are a soul or whatever, well, then again, it relates to the God idea, doesn't it? It's like spiritual, it's God, it's saviors, etc. It's all this defined stuff already. And this is how, the world controllers want it. They want one-dimensional definitions for everything. So when I start to write things, it kind of bothers them, and especially the 3 letters. And I define that in a group too. And because people are bothered by that, they don't understand. Some people think I'm nutty or I'm drinking or whatever. It's just like, what is he saying? What is he doing? Well, I'm trying to create, always trying to create a reference that's indifferent to the references that we already have and how they're understood. And many times when people are having a conversation with each other, they say, well, oh yeah, I understand you, I understand that. Not really. Most people really do not understand. It's a cliche thing. It's a surface world thing. In other words, people understand their routines and what they like and dislike. That's basically it. That's what they understand. But can they see more than that? Can they see through that? And so the real you is something very special, but you decide to explore and how to relate to this reality. And so again, many people think, well, it's the mind or it's this or that or whatever, the brain or what have you, or it's your happiness. Okay, fine. Everybody has the right to decide, but it's not that. And it's like when you stand outside and look at the sky, you are aware of the sky, even though the body is on Earth and you're thinking you're a body. Now, look at your car. It's a vehicle too, like your body. Now, is the car aware of the sky? No, it's not. But you are, the real you. You're aware of all that, you see? You're thinking that you see it. Yes, you do see it at the same time. But you're also aware, aren't you? To where other things are not, except for those things that they do have an awareness in them. Okay, which I also call U-tune or the new, etc. But each person, they have to discover the difference for themselves. So I provide all these references, and it's very important to first recognize the real you, not just some spiritual goal like self-realization and God realization. And you know what? Through all the lifetimes and all up to now and all this ancient wisdom and everything, do these people really understand these ideas? No, they don't. They really don't. They've got some good knowledge and what have you, but actually, when you look at it, it's really not worth that much. They just are referring to spiritual them as like another heaven or another place in creation where you sit yourself down. If that's what you want, fine, you got it. But the real you and the real universe and the real universes, no, that's not it. And the all is, you can't even consider it. You have to learn to see what you cannot consider at all to recognize it. And so this reality, the real you and the soul idea, yes, there is a big difference. And all I can do is use certain words, but you decide to discover what it really is. And by that, can you might say, prove that by doing something real that relates to all life and that life recognizes you and you recognize this? Well, there's a lot going on, isn't there? From instead of just that personal life and all your personal routines that you've done for millions of years, and all you've done is grow old with them and forgotten you were ever here. That's very real. And that's always coming up. And each person here only has so much time. And you see what the world's doing. That's because we're here, and I've decided certain things in this world, and that's why they're amping up the destruction. And this is like a big schoolhouse. If you don't take the time to learn right now, then you only got so much time. And that's very real, and time is running out. Because there are so many people that keep agreeing to the demise of this creation through all the levels. Yes, there's many creations, there's endless creations, and we're in this one. And that's the black holes, and they're sucking up everything. And that blackness is the agreement to the demise. And science, which is the reptilians and whatever, they know some of this stuff, but they're not going to tell anybody. But they really don't understand cause and effect creation either. They're physical astral, basically, and they're just controllers. That's all they are, because they're afraid. They're very afraid. They don't know what to do. They've put all this stuff into motion. They've gotten people to agree to demise, and they're in it too. So it's a wake up for everybody who has the courage to step up, do something real, and prove it.